allegedly, it's Thursday. Is it?
Well, but this, yes. But Allie and I are both in studio, and welcome to all of our new viewers, a part of Talk Red. We're so grateful that you're joining Open Mic Ladies. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Sometimes. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Kidding.
And reset. We're live. Did we tell you that? So please make sure you're following at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey, at Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. That way you keep in touch with us. Again, thank you to our Talk Red family. We are delivering all of the current events in a way that's dialed down so you can talk about it at your kitchen table. You can talk about it in the pickup line at school. You can pick up somebody up and talk about it.
For sure. Go on 150 first dates or something like that.
No.
And just talk about all the recent events. Go on 365 first dates and talk about all the Trump wins.
Oh my gosh, let's do it.
No.
No, I would do it.
Absolutely not.
Reach out to us at contact@openmicladies.com if you would like to see me at, no, I'm running for office. When am I going to have time like that? But a girl's got to eat.
God, no, she didn't.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Today we've got updates on the Save America Act coming straight from Anna Paulina Luna. We're also going to talk about Scott Bessent as he testified in front of Congress yesterday. Kind of dishing a little bit of knowledge, really, to Maxine Waters. It's really funny. Also, we're going to talk about hospice fraud. It's not taking place in the state that you think. Keep it locked here. We've got so much. Let's go ahead and
open that mic.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, you gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of Maggieville, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
that is Hadass Levy, Red Hat stays on. Of course, that's the metaphorical red hat, but I think the MAGA hats look good on all seasons.
It's not a metaphorical red hat. It's the actual red hat. Don't you dare.
It's metaphorical in the sense that no matter who is in office, we keep that same...
The red hat.
Yes.
The
She just bit my head off. Can I have it
sorry.
back?
Yep.
Try to touch it.
Have you guys ever been through the Chick-fil-A line?
They should run our elections.
I was just gonna say that.
Get out of my brain!
I threw it and she out the park. There you go. I can't.
Oh gosh, when you work with your bestie and so you literally finish each other's sentences. Literally. Oh, I gotta look. I'm a real boy.
Oh boy, we are just
I'm sorry, David.
Whole hot mess right now in the studio.
It is.
We had gremlins like running loose, and everybody's internet just crashed. Listen, I don't know who keeps feeding these dang things. That's it. That's our new mascot is a gremlin.
Can we get a MAGA hat on a gremlin?
Can somebody make that a
free?
Grok. Where's Grok? You can see if Grok can create that image. I'm gonna do it right now.
We are so glad you guys decided to join us. Wherever
my chat?
Oh Lord, wherever you're tuning in from, make sure you comment below. We are monitoring the chat. Stay out of the DMs. It's just not.
Unless it is like a serious matter.
Yes. No, we get some of those.
We get some of those. A lot of the other times it's more like, you're so beautiful, let's ask you out. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Hold on. Before we get to politics, can we talk about this? Okay, because listen.
Here we go.
I think there are inquiring minds might want to know.
Inquiring minds? Are you sure?
Yes. Would you ever go out with somebody that you met socially online? If you had, like, that first meeting is going to be first date? Or have you watched too much Dateline NBC? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
Comment below and let us know how you feel about that.
Because you know, you remember those of you that are you know a little bit are old enough. You remember Craigslist and how that started, and then people are like, oh, you can meet people on Craigslist, and then like there's whole shows about what happened to the people of Craigslist when they thought they were meeting somebody, and I wonder if are there people that are doing that? Like somebody messages you and they're like, let's meet at Applebee's, and you're just going.
I mean, when you have a gubernatorial candidate who decides to get on Tinder.
Who? Here in Florida?
He got on Tinder to meet young women voters where they are.
Recently?
Yes, ma'am. Offering.
Is it who I think it is? Mm-hmm. It's not the one that we're thinking of. That we are. Oh, it's the other. It's another. Mm-hmm. That's not good.
It's very interesting.
Yes! Dead! Wait, does he have a cigar? Is that a Liberty cigar?
Oh my gosh!
I love it. Oh
that is amazing. I love it. I love that.
Mascot? Oh gosh. And
That's
he's like,
hilarious.
can we move on, ladies?
Okay, yes, we're moving on.
Elon Musk posted this. He reshared. This was about to go into a different show. Glenn Beck said this. He said by passing this one act, of course he's talking about the Save America Act, the GOP will save the republic and rescue the GOP. If they fail, we all fail. He's saying 80% of all Americans want this. Understand this is not a partisan issue. You need voter ID, proof of citizenship. There's only one reason not to pass this, and we all know what that is. So he's basically calling people out on his MAGA platform, because we have been actually, if I can be honest, y'all, we were talking about the SAVE Act before the SAVE Act was sexy.
I'm saying.
And so now they're bringing sexy back.
Scott Pressler made the SAVE Act sexy.
I mean,
with him and his long,
whatever you like.
hair.
Okay, fine, but just we love it. Pass the ball, pass the torch, whatever you want to say.
Well, and honestly, there was someone else, a couple of people actually. So you had.
Is it safe to drink?
Yes, it's safe to drink. So you said Britt Hume is her name. She just torched. This is from Gunther Engelman. He reposted Fox News, and Chuck Schumer is saying this on voter ID. He says.
Did you say rubbish?
No, this is Britt. So she said, "What rubbish?"
Oh, Britt is the guy from Fox News. Okay.
Schumer and Democrats call it an abomination and vow to stop voter ID. Now, my retweet to this was, or re-X post was, it has never been about what their constituents want. And remember, I said constituents because constituent means U.S. citizen. That's who they are supposed to represent. It's about keeping and maintaining their false perception of power. They don't have real power. The only reason why they have power is because we've given our consent to be governed, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not true power. It's a false perception of power. They do not want an educated voter populace who will eventually vote them out for not properly representing them constitutionally. We are seeing promises made and promises kept by our president, President Trump, the greatest president of all time. Something that the current Democrat Party cannot and has not been able to do.
Nope. And you've had plenty of opportunities. So
Absolutely.
You could have fixed it. You could have fixed the border. You could have fixed a lot of things, but you
could've.
chose not to. Well, Anna Paulina Luna is giving an update. This
Love
is the
her.
new way forward.
Florida is like, we have the best representatives.
The best. Well, and this is the new way forward. And I think we've talked about, when we're running for local office, this is something that we'll continue to do is bring the message directly to the voters on social media. Anna Paulina Luna, you can tell she literally, probably not even with a tripod, she just set up her phone because she wants to make sure she gets the message directly to the people via X. She's trying to update us now on the Save America Act and what the House is doing and what they expect the Senate to do. Take a listen.
One thing that I'm not so happy to report is that the votes do not exist in the Senate among Republican senators to remove the filibuster. But that is why the standing filibuster is so important. And I know you do not have the votes currently to remove the filibuster on your own. But that is why the standing filibuster is so important, and you know that. And so what I will say is that even though Schumer is trying to make it look like everyone that wants voter ID is racist, I'm sure you've seen the polling, Leader Thune, and you see that the national voter ID is actually a wildly bipartisan issue. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, people want it. And so this is one of the top issues in our country right now. Please restore the people's faith in our election process. It's incredibly important. But I also know that I talked to Speaker Johnson, and we will be passing what we can out of the House on the Save America Act. However, there are vehicles that we can attach this to. We understand that the position that you are in, and that there are many moderate Republican members who might not necessarily believe in this, to include all the Democrats in the Senate that literally just said they want mass amnesty and no voter ID, but it has to happen. And so I look forward to these continued discussions that you will be having. I know that the president is behind this. I know that the Speaker of the House is behind this, and I know many members of the Republican conference here in the House are behind this. So I hope that you take this as me not trying to publicly bully you, but simply being transparent with the American people. And I look forward to securing these wins for the American people.
Go ahead.
Not trying. I was like the same head. Oh my God!
Just one person.
Get out of my brain. Anyway, yes, we are in agreement that when she said publicly bully, if you feel like you are being bullied by the American people or your constituents or your colleagues, you are in the position for the wrong reasons. If you can't take constructive criticism,
Take the heat.
get out of here.
Get out of the kitchen.
Seriously.
Well, and I love what
job.
Listen to what she's saying here. She's saying basically the House is going to do it again. They're going to package it and
For the
pass
third time.
again, and it's going to be the Save America Act. This time including mandatory voter ID and only citizens voting. Now, again, we're not trying to cure cancer. We're not trying to bring heart disease down. We are simply trying to
build rockets. That's Elon's job.
Enshrine what the Constitution already says, that our elections are for citizens only. This is so basic, 1776, that I'm shocked that she has to say,
My gosh.
some in the House, we had to kind of pull onto our side, and we understand the situation you're in the Senate. What? We have a majority. How are Democrats so far off the radical left cliff that they can't even understand this is constitutionalism 101?
Because they don't want to.
This is your thermometer, American people. This is you saying, okay, we are officially, it is time to not panic. It's time to get engaged, because they can't even do the most basic, fundamental thing that makes us a sovereign nation, and that's secure our elections. So what I love that she says here at the end, Allie, is that we will attach this.
Yes.
To an appropriations. She said another vehicle if she asked you. What she's
It's
saying.
the appropriations.
Appropriations. Yeah. When did we become the country that we have to tie good things to spending in order for our elected representatives to do their freaking job?
That part. Oh, because we have representatives that don't actually have a spine. That's why. My goodness. Like, we send people there to end and to drain the swamp, not become part of it. We understand you're swimming in it.
I don't care how much you like to I was just going to say, I don't know how much you like to swim. Somebody call the doctor. This is not appropriate that we have the same burden.
It is, actually. This is what happens when you work with your best friend.
When the Lord is in control.
Amen. But this is, I just think this is absolutely crazy. Do you guys want the SAVE Act passed? Comment below with pass the SAVE Act. And we encourage you to call. I just love Anna Paulina Luna.
Take a look at this.
Is she just absolutely beautiful?
First of all, take a look at this. She's gorgeous.
She understands proper roles and responsibilities.
So it says Anna Paulina Luna just confirmed the Save America Act can be added to the rule advancing the government funding bill this upcoming week. This is why we've been talking to you a little bit and flirting with it a little bit. The idea of a government shutdown. How far will Democrats take this? If we put that we want ID and citizens only voting, will they shut down the government? We saw what they did trying to get illegals health care.
I bet you they will.
So and the goal for them is what? Our viewers, because she was very clear. I don't think we need to push the House reps, because they're going to get this
they're
through.
Going to pass it.
It's
the House
senators.
It's the Senate. You need to make sure that you call Leader Thune. You call John Barrasso. He is the whip, majority whip. You need to call every single Republican senator, even if they're not yours, guys. They don't have to be your representative. You can call Leader Thune at 202-224-2321, 202-224-2321, and tell him to just get the job done.
We're behind you.
So not only did Senator Ashley Mooney, who is another Floridian, okay, we love her.
There's
She's
something
amazing.
in the Florida water with women here.
We just have a spine. It's FAFO. Florida is just now forever known as FAFO land.
Put it on the flag.
It is. It's FAFO land. We need to put it on the flag.
I'm
Let me
saying.
be a House rep. I'm putting it on the flag. I'm putting it on the flag, y'all. If you would like to see me run for office, comment below. Let me know. So not only was Ashley Mooney saying this, but also Senator Mike Lee has said this. They said, bring back tradition. Bring back the standing filibuster. I love this idea. I think that is how the Senate was originated. It's how it's originally supposed to operate. You're supposed to debate on the floor. Yeah. Bring it back. Let us see where people actually stand, where our representatives, senators actually stand. You know, I get a lot of that. They're like, Allie, they're not representatives. Yes, they are. they're elected officials. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Officials means that you give them this authority that they don't actually have, okay? They're representatives. Every single one, from the schoolhouse all the way to the big house. I mean, not the jailhouse, but the big
Yes. Like, well, some of them, it's a pipeline from Congress to prison. We might see that.
Speaking of
LaMonica McIver, you know, we called her Kool-Aid because she was in a red jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
All the 80s children just went, oh my God, that is hilarious. I told you, you may want to put a lid on your coffee during our show. I told you that yesterday because it just spits out. But she goes to the ICE detention facility in New Jersey. She starts laying hands like on ICE agents.
Not like
we praise
in
you,
the
Lord.
name of Jesus.
I'm talking like,
She was throwing bows.
like Conor McGregor style. And
Not
she's
even,
dressed
like
in
ludicrous.
a red jumpsuit. Like you're not trying, she wanted the attention, clearly. Here she
Her
is.
walkout song should be Nuck If You Buck. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not
And Talk
sorry.
Red, we love you. We're not changing it. I'm so glad they love that we don't change a thing. But take a listen to what LaMonica McIver says
Watch Nuck If You Buck get like 100,000 downloads today.
about her charge about being arrested over what she did at the
Oh my
ICE
gosh, you guys
facility.
have to hear this.
Take a listen.
As I've stated from the beginning, I, claim my innocence. I was there to do my job. I was not there to protest, to do anything other than going there to make sure that I was protecting the people that I serve and making sure that I was having oversight. And so, at the end of the day, this administration will not intimidate me or bully me out of doing my job. I plan to continue to do that and protect the people of New Jersey from this administration, including Homeland Security and ICE.
Okay, so
It's her job to
she
put her
vows
hands
to protect
on
criminals.
DHS.
Vows to protect criminals from the Department of Homeland Security and the federal immigration officers.
I'm from Jersey. That's like especially Newark, New Jersey. That is the gang capital of the East Coast.
She might know something about that.
What are you doing, ma'am?
Well, let's be honest,
And
guys.
What is the reading rate in your school district?
Ooh,
in your
yeah.
district? What is the reading rate in your district? What is the math proficiency in your district? What are you talking about protecting? Protecting. That is exactly what DHS is doing. Protecting your community that you fail to actually do anything for while you are sitting in a congressional office where there are more Black and Hispanic people that actually serve in Congress than ever before. You have the privilege to serve and the privilege to represent people, and yet you're doing what? Representing criminals.
Yes.
You should be immediately removed from office, and I don't know why you haven't yet. I don't know whose best interest needs to come forward in order to censure you or to remove you from office indefinitely, expel you from office, because we've done less, far less. There have been representatives that have done far less that have gotten that treatment. So I don't know who's protecting you, ma'am.
She walks me to my
But
car
wow.
during after school board meetings.
I
feel
do.
safe. I love it. Allie, you're right on point. And this is the thing. And then the White House doubles down with a very emotional
Gosh, I love the
plea.
White House.
This is our why.
Yeah.
So when you see LaMonica McIver talk about DHS and ICE ICE officials being somehow the villains, take a look at what happened under Biden's administration and why we're fighting the way we are to clean up our streets. Take a look.
The suspect is a non-U.S. citizen, we're told, a Venezuelan national. And with his criminal history here in Harris County, the big question is, should he have been out of custody when this tragedy happened? Should he have even been in the U.S.?
These poor babies.
You know, in loving memory of Ivory Smith, Victoria Harwell, America Thayer, Hallie Hedson, Brady Heiling, Molly Tilbert, Kayla Hamilton, Matthew Denise, Ruby Garcia, Blake Zetto, they don't mention here, but we've got Laken Riley and Jocelyn Nungary. Again,
And Takara Thompson. So many. There are so many.
You can pick up the platform of wanting to pass legislation and laws about protecting dreamers. But in my opinion, these people who were born to United States citizens are dreamers too.
Yes.
You killed their dreams.
Yep.
You killed the dreams of their families to be able to see their little ones be able to grow up and become whatever this country allows them to become. Dreamers is hijacked by the left to make you feel like you have to do something to these people who have come here illegally.
And the
You
fact
don't.
that you're protecting them is absolutely wild to me. Like, I don't understand how you can serve as a representative in Congress or in a state position, and you are protecting rapists and criminals who are defrauding the American people
Disgusting.
and who are raping children and women. How? I don't understand.
Allie, what
I
press
don't
conference
understand.
was that you saw where we had male representatives that were standing at the mic? I know. I think about.
Oh, that was the Sharia law. It was the Sharia Free America Caucus.
How refreshing was it to see strong legislators, men standing up and protecting women?
Women and children.
Bring that back.
Bring back.
You want to bring
true
sexy back? I'm just saying.
masculine. I mean, look, true masculinity. Not performative.
Wow.
Not performative. Because, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But
almost have to be a Democrat.
whole other show. Always a Democrat. If you raise your hand to hit a woman, you are a damn Democrat.
That's right. Oh, love it. Okay, guys. If I was going to comment about things related to finances,
I feel like we're like, never mind.
I might not want to go toe-to-toe
Women
with the current Secretary Treasurer Scott Bessent. First of all, did you guys know? Did you know
I
that
love him. He is
did
so
you know
awesome.
But Allie, did you know that there is a? Oh my gosh, hold on, I want to look at this.
Find it.
There is a House committee that focuses on our aging community in the United States. It's headed up by Florida Senator Rick Scott.
Yeah.
I did not know this. And so we'll get to that in a little bit. But this was a separate testimony that he gave. They're trying to look at what's going on in our country financially. Obviously, this is something that's regular. It's part of the job. I don't remember the Biden administration getting drilled on this when they were hiking up inflation. Inflation hit record numbers under Biden. We never got this kind of answers. But Maxine Waters thinks she's going to try to press Scott Bessent, and he just doubles down. Take a look.
I believe the ranking member does not understand the definition of generalized inflation versus one-time price increases. I would also note that housing, especially for working Americans, a Wharton study has shown that the mass unfettered immigration, adding 10 to 20 million new people demanding housing, Congresswoman, is what caused a great deal of housing inflation for working Americans. So you and the Biden administration should be ashamed.
Which is also,
You and the Biden administration should be ashamed.
I mean, I am not a financial strategist,
No.
nor am I a rocket scientist. But I would imagine if you flooded this country with, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 million illegals, and then used our federal programs to give them housing assistance, that might eat up a lot of the homes that would typically be available for blue-collar, middle-class America. I mean, I don't know.
That's too much common sense, Michelle. You're speaking too much common sense right now.
They're going to call me a Nazi. Brace for it. Brace for it. But
you know.
And I just don't understand the people that are blaming tariffs for for all things.
That exchange was quite hilarious.
Do you not understand how the founding of our country and where the funds came from? They didn't tax us. And
No, there was
originally,
no
that
taxing.
taxing was only supposed to be temporary.
And it was just for war. It really.
Well, and since then, they've been at war with the American people.
That
arguably.
part.
Take a look. Ooh. I'm going to write a book. Take a look at Maxine Waters. She's not looking well. I don't know what they're giving her, but anyway, let's take a
Probably
look.
the same cocktail they gave Biden.
Let's take a look. Weekend at Bernie's.
To investors raising concerns about the impact of tariffs, writing that, quote, tariffs are inflationary. Did you say that at that time, yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a New York Times article that,
Great
agrees that you
New
said
York
that.
Times.
Then last summer, when you testified before a Senate committee, you said, and I quote, there is no inflation. Tariffs are not being passed on to consumers. You were quite definitive and even claimed that critics had, quote, tariff derangement syndrome. Well, those comments are at odds with the statement you made to investors that tariffs are inflationary. Again, I want to be clear, so just let me ask you, are tariffs inflationary? Yes or no?
According to the San Francisco Federal Reserve, with 150 years of data,
Yes or no?
Tariffs do not cause inflation. San Francisco Federal
Well, last
Reserve
November,
Congresswoman,
as the Trump
You know what's funny about that?
finally began to realize
150 years ago.
We can bring it back, David. She's from California. I bet you know somebody, Newsom, Pelosi, that's from the San Francisco area that could probably get you all the data you need. It's when they say follow the science or follow the data, they mean follow the science that's in their pocket, follow the data that's been run through their channel. It's
part.
just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Someone please
And
replace
San
her.
Francisco is not a red area at all. So if you've got independent data coming out about the fact that tariffs are not inflationary, maybe you look at it. I'm just saying.
No, they don't want to. They don't want to. It is weaponized ignorance. It is weaponized stupidity. So we had our pastor. He was like, ignorance is different than stupidity. And we're like, amen. Because ignorance means you don't know any better. Stupidity is you know better, but you still choose to be ignorant. You're stupid. I'm sorry. It just is.
It is.
And can we please stop having the U.S. Congress be a geriatric hospital? It is like a holding place for people that are not, they don't understand where the average person is in America. They don't know what it's like to
They're
be
supposed to be a reflection of their electorate. And you know, people are on both sides of this. I understand as far as term limits, but the issue is that, like, we need to see more of us reflected in that. I thought that Florida was the place that people come to retire. I think it's Capitol
DC.
Hill. It is.
It's Capitol Hill.
But good news, we don't get to report on this as much because largely Secretary of Health and Human Services Kennedy is knocking it out the park. So we tend to bring you the stuff that needs your attention and your prayer, quite honestly. But he is talking about hospital pricing. Now listen, there's a lot of industries that have to give you their pricing up front. When you go into a nice restaurant and you sit down, I mean, some of them don't give you the prices, but I'm the one that asks, like, you know, how much is the lobster? Because I need to know. Like, I'm that person on the date. So, like, but you get a menu of services and you get prices. You go to get your hair cut. Like, don't you hate them not knowing? Or your nails. They're like, do you want this pedicure or this pedicure? I need to see the prices.
$10 more. $10 more.
Oh, she didn't. So when you want to see prices, look at what Secretary Kennedy is saying with hospitals and disclosing their prices.
Love
Take
it.
a listen.
Every hospital in the country is now going to have to publish their prices clearly, legibly beforehand. If you go to buy a car, and the guy says, well, I'm going to sell you the car, but I'm not going to tell you the price till after you bought it. Would you buy it? If you go to a restaurant and look at the menu, the prices are there. Healthcare is the only place where you can't see your prices. If you're pregnant in this country, you can go 9 months trying to figure out how much it's going to cost you to have that baby, and you will not be able to do it in many, many hospital systems. And so now you're going to be able to do it. We already have, I looked at the mock-up of the webpage yesterday, and it was extraordinary. It showed, I asked the question, how much does it cost to have a baby within a mile of Manhattan? There were 30 hospitals, and they all have different prices. The lowest price was $1,300. The highest price was $22,000.
Damn.
And everything in between, $9,000, $5,000, $7,000 is complete information pricing chaos. How does that happen? It happens because there's no marketplace.
Well, and so working prior, like way back when, in medical billing, this has been the cry of a lot of people in the medical profession. It depends on how they code things, the ICD-9 codes. But it doesn't help the consumer, and that's who they're supposed to look out for. Michael Zimmerman commented on this, and I love this. He says the FCC requires a broadband fax label on every plan. And that's just, you know, the stuff that you stream. He says something similar for hospitals and procedures would be ideal. Think of your label even on your food, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about calorie intake and what's in there, but you should have something similar.
You should.
Especially if it's a local hospital, a state-run hospital, you know, you're kind of paying for it on the back end. Like, how do you not know what things are costing?
Yeah, I mean, can we bring back home births? Like, let's make home births great again. where we have doulas and midwives, like, you know what I'm saying? That actually take in the entire
Put
family.
that in the hospitals.
That
Make
have
it like
the
a suite.
whole family involved. Like, I had my last daughter had her home, and it was so weird. My mom kept all the kids downstairs, and I wanted them to be upstairs and to see what it was like to have a baby, because if you don't see that, you're terrified as a new mom. You're like, oh my God, what's happening? You have no idea. I mean, and watching The Miracle of Life is not the same thing. It is not. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's just not.
Well,
so,
and
I
you
don't
know, so maybe you might see more. This might open the way for more innovation in our hospitals, just like in our education system.
Exactly.
To make it look like what the consumer wants. I mean,
Yes.
can you imagine going to have a baby
And have,
and having even a small,
some things.
like you can make them smaller. They don't have to be huge. Make them smaller and make these suites where you can feel like you're at home.
in Dubai. I mean, you go to Dubai and it's like a whole suite. You have like your whole house. It's crazy. You have like
Make birthing great again. We've
Make
got a lot
birthing
of
great
people
again.
that are
pregnant
expecting now.
right now in the
Is freedom
administration.
sexy.
'Cause
Just
it
saying,
is.
and masculinity sexy.
Hey.
Okay. So I just wanted to, we alluded to this earlier. Guys, did you know we have a Senate Aging Committee? And I'm not talking about a group of people who
sorry.
are over the age of 80 that currently serve in Congress. That's not what I'm talking about. It is a committee that is chaired by Senator Rick Scott from right here in the free state of Florida. They have been looking at, if I told you that there was a state that leads the way in the amount of spending in hospice, what state would you think it is? Think about the elderly, think about hospice care. What state do you think it would be?
Florida. It's not Florida.
It's not.
It's not Florida.
It's California.
What?
So Elon Musk shared this from the Senate Aging Committee. How does LA County have hundreds of thousands of fewer seniors in Florida? I'm so mad. But over 30 times as many taxpayer-funded hospice providers.
Whoa.
That's taxpayer money down the drain. It causes higher healthcare costs for American seniors. They are now looking into this, Allie. This is a letter from this is from Dr. Oz, who's now a part of the administration. He's looking into it, and he's saying something don't smell right over there on the West Coast, and it's not just Newsom's hair. So I'm never traveling to California again. Probably be detained right now.
Oh my goodness. Seriously. Like, so why is it fraud? Like Minnesota fraud?
That's what this letter is.
Is that what that is? Where
So
you have
he's saying to restore integrity to Medicare home health, we need to use the existing authority to reset income health payments. We also need to exclude fraudulent and pandemic tainted data. Ooh.
Wow.
And that's the thing.
That's it.
That's
right
what
there.
those COVID dollars were all about. They
Right
not only
there.
went into our healthcare, they went into our education system. We got drunk off of the funds, started a bunch of these DEI policies, and now people are like, we're losing funding.
Honestly, do you know who benefited most during COVID? It wasn't small businesses. It wasn't mom and pop shops. It wasn't education. It was
Costco.
hospitals.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
New hospitals were popping up all over the place because of COVID funding. Because of COVID funding. How else were they getting all that money?
Very
right?
Interesting.
They were incentivized to put people on ventilators to literally kill people. They were incentivized to kill people.
All the while really not treating their diabetic conditions like my dad, which
No.
you want to know what pisses somebody off so much
girl, go.
to change the trajectory of their life, to decide they're going to get into the political realm. You came for our fathers, you came for our mothers, you came for our loved
kids.
ones, and then you pulled us away from their bedside in the process. So you know what? Gloves are off, and we're here to stay. And I love that I can do it with my bestie. That's amazing. Guys, we've got so much more to cover in the second round. Ding, ding.
Right?
Second half. Make sure that you follow us at Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. We've got a special word here from Liberty Cigars. We'll be right back after this.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
I really
my question.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh, can we name him? What are we going to name him?
What are we going to name him, guys?
Chime in below.
Chime in below. Let
Oh
us
my
know
gosh,
what you want to name.
He's a cutie
Our
pie.
gremlin.
He's a cutie.
He's
He's just a
really
cutie
cute.
little pie. Look at the little goatee.
Oh, that's
He's
cute.
got like a little Pastor Tom Lapley goatee. Love it. Love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much to our tech team. It's scary what we can do in a commercial break. Just, I mean, and listen, to arm us with that kind of tools, good luck.
We're super
may the odds
creative.
forever be in your favor.
Forever in your favor.
So the elites are always lecturing us about how, we should just let amnesty rule the world, let all these people in illegally that are already here, and let's just keep them here. So they want to, they just believe in open borders, like borderless society.
Borderless.
And, but yet, if you go through the richest neighborhoods, in the richest districts, and I'm talking even like out in California and Hollywood, all you see are walls around estates. Nobody leaves their doors unlocked. They've got hedges that reach from here to heaven. And I love that one independent journalist
Love it.
went
It was
outside of
amazing.
Billie Eilish's home, who's largely saying, listen, you guys are so racist.
You're so racist.
Take a
because
First of all, isn't that ironic? Massive gates keeping people out. I thought Billy didn't believe in borders. But according to the driveway, Billy does believe in borders. She believes in massive gates keeping people out. A couple of cameras up there as well. The lights are on, so somebody must be home. Let us in, please, Billy. We are here because this is stolen land, Billy, and we think we should be given access to your quite lovely $3 million mansion. And such is Billy's concern for security and privacy. It's surrounded by pretty decent security fencing. Very nice indeed. Massive security hedges as well.
go figure.
Interesting. And of course, there is that argument on the left where they're saying that, nobody can be here illegally because it's stolen land.
Stolen land.
There have been fights throughout the generations, and I'm dating all the way back, like all the way back through history, that have conquered land. Know your history, Democrats. Just want to say, if it's stolen, then I guess Billie Eilish maybe shouldn't be there either. The West, yeah, go ahead.
Probably. No, I'm agreeing with you. Sorry, I'm getting like messages.
Good news coming out of New York.
Oh, this was amazing.
Patriots.
Yes.
You guys, we love you.
This is civic action, civic engagement on point right here.
This is what we're asking you to do where you live. New York is very blue. They're not giving up there. Yeah, well, it says Patriots went into the New York board meeting to shut down a Democrat bill that would have turned their county into a sanctuary county for illegals, meaning they weren't going to cooperate with ICE. And the Patriots came out and said,
full stop.
No, take a look. Bring it back, David. I mean, think about it. They're standing out in that frigid cold in New York. We're complaining about the 30 degrees here in Florida. And again, they're not throwing things.
Nope.
They're not lighting things on fire. They're not laying their hands on anybody who's there from law enforcement for crowd control. They're not even laying their hands on those that they oppose.
No. They went to go give public comment is what they did. Gosh, I wish more than 700 people would show up to a school board meeting that actually aligned with our Constitution instead of opposing it, trying to implement communism and radical Islamist Marxist BS into our district.
Well, and be careful, watch them, because the Party for Socialism and Liberation is busting them in from all over. We know even the county I live in here is extremely red. Trump won with an overwhelming majority. We love law enforcement, whether you're red or blue in this county.
Doesn't matter.
Yet they bust them in from other areas. And then you start to feel like, wait a minute, am I really in the majority? That's what they want you to think. And also because we're so darn polite as conservative Christians that they want you to just sit it out like, I don't want to be rough around the edges.
We're not going to sit out.
Listen.
We don't sit anything out. These colors don't run. Ugh.
And you look good today in those colors.
you.
I really like that. I really like it. Well, let's pivot a little bit to Dan Bongino, who was, of course, the deputy director of the FBI. He has since stepped down. I think it was largely him that was touring the Hoover building when he found those huge burn bags of, we weren't supposed to see this. Do you ever hide things in a closet and forget that they're there? Don't think that was really what happened. But Dan Bongino is going to talk. Listen up. Are you a parent? Are you an auntie? Are you a grandma who sometimes helps babysit your kids and grandkids? Listen, you have got to understand what's going on social media and in these gaming systems, in the chats.
Get your kids off the games.
There's a satanic cult. Gotta call it what it is.
Watch Angel TV.
764. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Oh,
Take a listen to Dan Bongino. Now, this is somebody that served in the administration.
So he knows what he's talking about.
Probably going to need therapy because of some of the things that he saw. He's not going to expose you to that, but he's going to give you an idea. Take a listen.
I want you to pay very close attention to these three numbers. 764. There is a network of people out there. This is what they call the 764 network inside the FBI. And folks, if you haven't heard about them, look them up. It's important because it involves the safety of our kids. But second, it involves another critical issue, which is surveillance and civil liberties. They're interconnected on this. This is a warning for parents. This group is disgusting. It is horrifying, the stuff they do. Matter of fact, we would get briefings in FBI headquarters, and our VCAC personnel, violent crimes against children, they would come in and they would brief us. And there's a big video screen in the conference room, like something you'd see like in a Netflix show. You know, it screens, because one of these videos played one time of what these 764 people are sending to your kids in chat rooms and elsewhere. Folks, you can't unsee it. It is the most freaking horrifying thing. I'm not even going to, like, animal torture. I promise I'm not going to describe it because you'll throw up. And one time when these videos played, once that tortures your brain and tattoos in your skull, I don't know how these guys do it. What this network does is they find and hunt down your kids in these chat rooms for these online games and chat rooms elsewhere. Folks, you have to monitor this stuff. It is not a small network of people. It is an enormous group of people looking to do horrible things to your kids. They get your kids to cut themselves. They get the kids to get involved in sexual abuse, and it's self-mutilation. Every single demonic thing you can think encompasses this 764 network.
It's 100% true.
I'm just going to...
Yes.
So, listen...
get your kids...
Sean Ryan did a 4-hour...
all of this.
A 4-hour episode on this. If you want to YouTube it. I will tell you to not watch it with your children, but maybe once your children go to sleep, maybe it's something that you and your husband get together and say, I think we have to know what the known evils are that are out there, because what they're getting these children to do through coercion and through just basic harassment. And you would think this is, we talk about bullying in school. This is a totally different level because it is an infrastructure that wants to see these children. They have had children that have killed themselves. Mm-hmm. While streaming this.
Yeah.
They've had children that have, like he said, abused animals.
Or each other.
Or each other. And you have got to know that it's out there. I don't want your world to center around it. You need to pray. But I wanted to bring that to our attention because I know we do get a lot of moms and a lot of parents and grandparents that watch this. Have the discussion. We don't do open mic so that you can laugh and carry on about what we say and our personality and then never speak of it again.
Right.
This is information that we've now given you. You have to go into your families and into your communities and maybe even into your local PTO and have the discussion. This is here. It's happening. Let's give our parents and our families the tools to be able to push back against it and have the conversation with your local law enforcement, because they need to understand that see something, say something works, but that you have their back when it comes to something like this.
And I think part of this is why there's such a push to have no cell phones in schools.
Sure.
Because largely there are parents that do not parent their own children. There are parents that do not pay attention to what their kids are doing online. A lot of times the cell phone is a babysitter. A lot of times the iPad or the tablet is a babysitter for these kids. It is damaging their brains and it's damaging their souls. It's damaging their cognitive ability before they're even able to understand what is right and what is wrong. Their brains are not fully developed until they're 24. Like, you cannot put these things in front of your kids. You can't do it. Well, you have to pay attention. You have to take an active role as a parent. That is your job, to keep them away from this. And so be curious. Not saying be a helicopter parent, but definitely be an involved parent. You have to be.
I mean, listen, I was a helicopter parent. I'm not saying that is what you should do, because there are pros and cons, but But I agree with Allie, and take it from somebody that works. Nobody works harder than Allie does, and she's got young children at home, and it's hard.
It is.
It's difficult.
It's hard to be everywhere, but it's important. It is very important.
And it's important that you know. Guys, so are we going to talk about the fact that there might be a Clinton surrender happening? Alex Jones was on Benny Johnson's show, and he said that he calls him Bill and Hillary have surrendered and are on and will testify about Epstein because they are in jeopardy of being jailed for contempt of Congress. Let's get just a little bit of the conversation, then we'll talk about it.
What happens with Clinton here? Well, I've never seen anything like it, with the Clintons actually saying, okay, well, actually, we give up. We surrender. I was not planning on that. I've never seen the Clintons do that in their entire political careers. Hillary Clinton wouldn't give up the election after losing fair and square to Donald Trump. And she tried to have the guy killed. There's no, I'm shocked that the Clintons have bent the knee.
Oh, well, okay, so I'm sorry. So he goes on to say, you know, that the globalist order is dead. Remember that trip to Davos, Switzerland, where Trump took his team? A lot of people, there were people trying to sow discourse here on the right saying, oh, there he goes. He's going to go in bed with the globalist. He went there to deliver a message. America First didn't stop at our borders. America First is going to be our new global initiative. And if you don't like it, largely there's the door. So with that being dead, with globalism dying a slow death, with Davos, Switzerland, and all of those leaders now being given the door, showing, you know, the official breakup has happened, with us now pulling funds out of the UN. That spiderweb that supported the Clintons, that I think they thought they could largely lean on, is now unraveled, and maybe
their safety net is gone.
Yeah.
They no longer have one. They don't have a choice.
He says this is their Waterloo, and that made me think of Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's so cute.
No,
yeah, really. They're done. They acquiesce.
Let's pivot for a bit. We've got just about 12 minutes left-ish, and I want to talk a little bit, because we've not addressed this, Allie, since the latest Epstein files have come out. Mm-hmm. In talking about the Epstein file dump, I need for our viewers to understand, and Allie and I understand this is very difficult, you have to be very cautious because there is a lot of clickbait out there. It's hard to tell what's AI altered and what's real.
Right.
These are real people's lives and their names and victims' names sometimes that are in some of these documents, and we don't want to be a part of propagating information to you that's not real or been AI altered. So it does take a while. We're just two ladies. It takes a while to filter through some of this. But there are some things that I know we can bring to you that others that we trust as well have verified. One is, let's talk about Bill Gates. You know, the guy that's just such a philanthropic heart. His name is riddled all through the Epstein files. And his ex-wife, Melinda Gates, talks a little bit. Somebody had the cojones to ask her the question. She doesn't really pin it against him, but I want you to take a listen to what she has to say.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, you know, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth.
We can bring it back, David.
Right? And
so, being that psychology is part of my background, watching her body language and that hard swallow that she had as this woman was at the interviewer was asking her this question, she is extremely uncomfortable. And it's not just sadness. I'm sure there's anger in there as well. I mean, who reads that and is not filled with some kind of anger. And then you lead into sadness because you're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't just me. It's not really about me. Think about all of these young women, these young girls that were assaulted. I mean, how does this even happen? And so my heart goes out to Miss Melinda Gates, but I do think that there needs to be justice.
Yes. Well, the Benny Johnson, if you're not following him already on social media, he's taken up the helm of this to really put out video footage of, with screenshots of what the emails have shown. Now, this isn't me saying allegedly. I've read the documents. This is what the documents say in email form, is that Bill Gates was concerned he had contracted an STD from underage Russian...
From children.
And that he was concerned because he was then married to Melinda Gates, and he was talking in these email chains about how do I give my wife antibiotics without her knowing about it, because I've probably spread it to her.
Oh,
and there's not a woman out there in the world, there's not a person out there in the world that doesn't look at this and go, what in the actual, like... So, again, that is something that is in the...
He's lucky she wasn't Latina. That Latina would be in jail.
But Nicki Minaj is coming out. Nicki Minaj is coming out also, and she's saying some things. She's taking a lot of hit from the left. We have not really spoken about a lot of this here, but I do think it's okay to talk about what some people are reporting and what Nicki is actually saying. Let's take a look at just a short portion of this video here.
Nicki Minaj didn't hold back any punches when she clapped back at the Grammys for taking shots at her last night. Trevor Noah, who was the host at the Grammys, took jabs at Nicki Minaj last night over her support for Donald Trump. Nicki Minaj didn't hold back in her response at all. Nicki Minaj let them have it. I bet they weren't expecting this. Nicki says, your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. By the way, the Epstein files prove that she's not just talking nonsense and that they are dismembering babies and eating them. Nicki said they do this as a sacrifice to their God. Well, guess what one of Epstein's accounts was called? Baal, B-A-A-L. This was an ancient god who they sacrificed babies to. Nicki went on to say, as they...
Well, okay, I'm going to let you go and then I'm going to go.
Nope, go ahead.
Well, so why do you think they do that? Because the blood of Jesus covers you and gives you life. So in order to immolate that, because he was innocent, he laid down his deity for all of us and gave pure blood that was not contaminated through sin. So in order for them to immolate that as sacrifice, to give them the same power or equivalent power to what Jesus Christ has done, they have to sacrifice innocent children. Think about that.
And you guys, this
absolutely wild.
There is a game that's being
disgusting.
played, and it's always been played. It's been played in Hollywood. It's been played in our political realm. And you cannot call me during my show. And when the game says, this is the game, if you want to gain access or climb a ladder, you have to show me which jersey you're going to wear. Are you going to wear the jersey of a good little girl that will always make sure you toe the line with the right message and the right story, the right narrative? Or
stay in the box.
Do you think that maybe you actually have an opinion and critical thinking skills, and thus you're not on any team? You have the black and white striped jersey like a referee. You're here to call strikes and balls for both sides of the aisle. And if you don't answer that question appropriately, you can forget about large contracts. You can forget about movie deals. You can forget about record contracts. You can forget about endorsements. You can forget about climbing the political ladder, or sometimes even the corporate ladder.
Culture.
So there's so much access that people want these days. It takes a large-hearted, souled person, arguably a new believer who's on fire for God, though not perfect, to come out and say, enough. I'm going to talk about the thing behind the veil. I'm going to talk about the thing that nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
Please pray
for
protection over someone like Nicki Minaj, because
And it's not just her, you guys. We've had a bunch of people in the the entertainment world who have said things like this. Tequila
Liz Crokin. Pizzagate, that's all coming out now.
There's so many people that we can name that are no longer living, actually, that have allegedly committed suicide by shooting themselves 3 times in the chest.
Virginia Guffrey.
It's crazy.
I mean, I need for you to listen because Donald Trump was asked kind of a question. And he didn't elaborate a lot on it, but I think his words say enough. Let's play this clip.
At the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Is that supposed to be a bad thing?
Is that supposed to be a bad thing? He doesn't come out and actually, advocate one way or another, but very interesting.
Right. I mean, if that's what he's saying, and that's what is being proven true through these Epstein files, maybe that's the reason why he didn't want them, or kind of largely said that not to release them. Because the American people can't handle it. Most American people can't handle this. They think it's crazy.
You want to ask, okay, Lord, please reveal all the things and all the ways in my life.
You need to ask for courage.
And then, your life 2 years later does not look anything the same. Are you ready? Are you ready to ask the questions? Can you take off, I'm just going to say it, even your MAGA hat. Can you take that off? Can you take your Democrat Socialists of America hat off? And can you just listen to right and wrong? Well, largely, do you have a relationship with God? Because what is your moral compass then if you don't? It's time to have the...
went down. We were at like 84. We started talking about this and everyone's like, nope, we don't want to hear this.
That's okay. That's okay if you can't handle it. The women will carry the football across the goal line. But I'm just saying, I think that it's time as Americans and as human beings that we have these questions answered and that we're okay asking it, because what's really at stake? We talk about our republic. We talk about our school systems. But it is the next generation. It's the innocence of our children and grandchildren that we're fighting for.
And you know what? No other legacy media is not going to talk about this. You're not going to hear this on legacy media. You may not even hear it on a lot of independent journalists' shows. You'll hear it here at Open Mic. Why? Because we're not afraid. We're also not suicidal, in case anybody's wondering.
You said the quiet part out loud.
I did.
We're not. We do have gremlins in the studio.
But we love our lives.
We love our lives. Guys, that's going to be it for us today. Make sure that you tune in Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern for all the things. We need your help to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow.
Open Mic Ladies.
Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. Thank you so much to Talk Red. Guys, we love you, and we pray that you have a wonderful evening. Take care.